Hello everyone, we're going to start 1.3 part 3 and let's just make sure that we are in the right spot. So I'm still in part 2, so I'm going to choose my IED folder, create a new folder, 1.3 part 3, and this is called geometric constraints. And this is very important because as of now all of our constraints have been dimensions, and this should be blank. Alright, this is going to be a long video. So let's go to the Google Classroom, and you're going to see there's this assignment and this one icon that's got the drive folder. This is actually a Fusion 360 file, so I'd like you to click on it, and we're going to download this. FSD is Fusion 360. So download, then go back to Fusion and choose Upload. Select Files, and it should be in your Downloads folder. Open, and then choose Upload. Give it a moment. You can hit then Open Design, and there it is. And let's see how this is in our constraints. So I'm going to close up my data panel to give me a lot more room to work. So now we have this all set up. There are 12 assignments right here, and we're going to go through them all one at a time. So first thing I want you to do is just go down to the bottom, click on this once, then right click and choose Edit Sketch. So we're going to make the lines be perpendicular, so I'm going to zoom in. I'd like you to do the same. So we have these two lines, and the first thing I want us to do is make them perpendicular. See how they're not? They're at this angle. Perpendicular means a right angle, so we're going to go up to Constraints, and you are going to choose the perpendicular constraint, or you could have clicked right on that one icon. And what I'd like you to do is the line you click first is going to remain in place. So I want us to click on the lower line first, and then the upper line. And now look at that. It makes a nice perpendicular angle, and it has that symbol for a 90-degree angle. So I'm going to right click and press OK, or you could have pressed Escape on the keyboard. Now I'm going to hit the middle roll button and move this so I could see my second one. Make all three lines parallel to each other. So we're just going to keep going through. So again, I'm going to go up to Constraints and choose Parallel, or I could have clicked this icon right there that says Parallel. Either one. And what I'd like us to do is whatever you click first remains in place. This is a kind of a theme. So I'm going to click on this one first. Now this won't move. And then I click this second. Now they're parallel. If I want this one to be parallel, I have to click on the middle one and then the third one. And now all three will be parallel. And this symbol right here with the two lines should match. And that is a symbol for parallel. Right click and press OK, or you could press Escape on your keyboard again. Alright, now let's look at all three of these circles, and I want to make dimension, I want number 3 to be a 2-inch diameter and fixed to circles 1 and 2, and I want to make 3 tangent to 1 and 2. So just so you know, the word tangent, oops, right here, tangent, that means to touch. So two curves are touching each other. So first thing I want to do is choose the sketch dimensions, and then I'm going to click on the circumference of this circle, and I want this to be a 2-inch circle. I don't know why it zoomed out, so we'll just zoom back in. Alright, so now dimension number 3 to have a 2-inch diameter circle, that's done. It's much larger. Then I'm going to click Constraints, and there's one that says Fix, Unfix, and I want you to click on the circumference of circle 1 and the circumference of circle 2. So now those two can't move. Right click and press OK. Now I want us to click Constraints and choose Tangent, and what I want us to do is click the circumference of this top circle, circle number 3, and I want you to choose number 2, Then we're going to go back and we're going to do the top circle, which is number 3, and this smaller circle. And now circle 3 has a diameter of 2 inches. We have fixed circles 1 and 2, meaning they can't move. And I made circle number 3 tangent to 1 and 2. Right click and press OK. Let's pan to the next one. I want to make this circle tangent to both lines. So just so we're clear, tangents only work if I have something curved and any other item. So curved and a line will work, curved and another curve will work. Doesn't have to be circles, just anything that is curved could be tangent to any other line or curve. So first thing I want us to do is we're going to fix these two. So instead of hitting the constraints, there's this lock for fix unfix. 1, 2. Right click and press OK. Then we're going to go back to constraints and choose tangent, or I'm going to choose this icon right there, which means tangent. So I'm going to click on the outer circle and click the left line, and then I'm going to click on the outer circle and click the bottom line. And now it is tangent to both of those. And we could see this tangent symbol in both spots. Okay, 4 of them are done. This one says fix point C, make endpoints A and B coincident with point C. So my first step is going to be to fix point C. So to do that, actually let me explain what coincident means. Coincident are 2 items that are constrained together in the same space. So 2 things happening in the same location. Alright, so we're going to go to the fix unfix, and I'm going to choose this point. Okay, that is now fixed. Now, the point will be highlighted green. This means the diameter can change. See how the point is green, but the outside is not. So the point is fixed, but the circumference is not fixed. Okay, so now go to constraints and choose coincident. And I want you to click on this end point, which I've labeled as point A, and then point C. Alright, now I want to click on this end point, which I've labeled point B, and point C again. And there we have it. So now these are all, this didn't move because I fixed it in place, and now everything is meeting at the same spot. They're all in the same location in space, which is what we call coincident. So right click and press OK, or you could press escape on your keyboard. Okay, this one is to make circles concentric. Concentric circles have the same center point. Okay, so they're all circles with the same center. So I'm going to go to constraints and choose concentric. You see that's like a circle within a circle. So I want you to click on the largest circle and then the medium circle. And again, whatever you click first, that's the one that doesn't move. Then we're going to click the medium circle and the smaller circle, and now we're going to have all 3. So I didn't fix anything this time. You can if you wanted to, but I just kind of showed how the concentrics. So the 3 circles have the same center. The first one you move doesn't move. The second one will adjust to that location. Okay, making lines collinear. So collinear is 3 or more points laying on the same line. This is not collinear, it's collinear. That's how it's pronounced. And remember, a point is made up of a line is made up of infinite points. So we're able to do this. So go up to constraints and let's choose collinear. And what I want you to do is click on 2 of the endpoints of one segment. So I'll choose this left, 1, 2. Okay, and you see how they're both dark. And now I'm going to choose one endpoint from the other segment. And now those are collinear. 1, 2, 3. Now, if I want it to be even better, I could choose 1, 2, 3. And now all 4 of these will be collinear. Okay. Making lines horizontal. So horizontal means left to right, like the x-axis on a horizon. So you can see that these are obviously not horizontal. So we're going to go up to constraints and choose horizontal vertical. Now, because this is closer to laying flat than standing straight up, when I click on it, it will make it horizontal by design. Perfect. And that is the symbol for a horizontal. You see how we have this is horizontal and vertical. If you see that symbol, that means it's horizontal. We are cruising right along. Let's go on to number 9. So we're going to try to find this. This is making them vertical. You can see that these are much more up and down. So we're actually going to use the same icon, which is this horizontal vertical. But because these are standing more straight up, it will make it vertical by nature. 1, 2, 3. So these are also parallel, but we don't get the parallel symbol because we didn't constrain them to be parallel. We constrained them to be vertical, and one of the geometric principles is all vertical lines will be parallel, so we know that they are parallel as well. Okay, such good geometry here. The next one is to make an equilateral triangle. If you don't know what equilateral means, it means all sides are the same length. And by default, all angles will be the same length. So we're going to look at this symbol, and we're going to go to constraints and choose equal, because I want it to be equilateral. Then I'm going to choose the first segment, it doesn't matter which one, and choose the second one. Now those are equal in length. And now they have to move a little bit so that they are the same length, right? Then we're going to hit this original first one and the third one. And now we know that all 3 are the same length, or all the size of that first edge, and it's equilateral. Okay. On to the next one. Making circles the same size. So hopefully you know the transitive properties, by the way. I'm going to go back to this. If side 1 is equal to side 2, and side 1 is equal to side 3, then side 2 is equal to side 3 because they're both equal to the first side. That's the transitive property. Okay, going on to the next one. Make the circles the same size. So this is going to be the same kind of idea. So what we have here is, instead of using the drop down, let's hit the actual icon. And we'll choose the circumference of one of the circles. It doesn't matter which one. In this case, I'll choose this guy. And then choose the second one. And you can see that the larger one became the size of the first one that I had clicked. If I did it the other way, then if I clicked the big one first, then they would have both been large. All right. Number 12, our last one to go through. Line up points horizontally. So pan and zoom. So we're looking at this symbol. So make sure that you're there. And in the constraints, we're going to choose horizontal vertical. So I'm going to click on this left one and this center one. So it's making them horizontal because it was closer to horizontal than before. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to constraints and choose collinear. And I'm going to choose 1, 2, 3. And now all 3 are the same length. And if you want, you can make them all equal to each other. 1, 2, 1, 2. And now they're all lined up with the same center and they're the same size. I'm going to press Finish Sketch. Press the Home button. And it should look like this. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this icon. And let's go back to the Google Classroom. And you're going to open up your deliverables. And you are going to post this right before your reflection questions. So your symbol should look something like this, and then go ahead and answer these 4 reflection questions and turn this in. Thank you for spending so much time. This was a challenging one, but if you're not using the geometric constraints, then in the future you're going to be really held up. All right, let's go after it now.